Welcome back. We're here to do the live super chats. I'm just trying to deal with my camera as usual. We always have those situations going on. Let's see what I can do to make sure it gets back. I just literally moved the computer and it disconnected the camera. So I'm hoping I can get the thing back and we can proceed. Okay, I'm hoping our audio is back. I had a glitch with the technical issues. We just love it when we have technical issues. Okay, I think we're good to go. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, I did say this to Google yesterday. We would start having, I always see this in a predictive sense, is that prior to the transits of the following month, we start embodying that energy. And especially because we do have Pluto that is, it's at the 28-degree point. As we do transition into next year, it's moving back, it's shifting into Aquarius. So a lot of these subjects that are pending are already going to start playing out now, as well as the fact that, the energy of Aquarius can relate to the intranet, technology. I've definitely noticed, especially through telephones, this is a fantastic time. Mercury retrograde is the least of our issues. I'm going to be darn honest with you. It's the Pluto transit. It's such a long transit. In our lifetime, we're not going to see it back in Capricorn. These old situations are going to come back, which I already have experienced this weekend. And I'd even said to Twin, I said, I can guarantee you this area in our chart, these are some subjects we're going to have coming up. And I may do a webinar based on it, so that we can have a deeper comprehension of it, of how directly it's going to be impacting all of us collectively, how we can best navigate it. But definitely I'll be looking at those Capricorn placements in our chart, especially is stock standard star sign. Never outrule those, even though you have your birth chart, because you'll have two of those situations going on in some shape or form. You'll have your individual birth chart energy of those placements, and you'll also have the collective energy, your zodiac sign, where that placement will be. So you'll have a double whammy, so to speak, and it's a really good way that you can actually navigate that situation. We do have two particular dates that we do need to be aware of. Christmas Day will be one of them. There is intensity there. There's particular ways we can be dragged into circumstances, and the 27th is another day. But the intensity of the beginning of the month that we're moving into, we definitely are looking at wanting to liberate ourselves, wanting to move in a particular direction. We're also going to have more energy as we do proceed forward. So the month does end the night on a positive feature. It's about navigating it. And at the moment, there's a lot to do with our prejudices, our beliefs, our wounds coming up. We're still quite fatigued. We do have Aries and Chiron. That's going to be going direct. We have Jupiter that's going to be going direct. And, other astrologers have been talking about it more in layman's terms of other surrounding transits. In my opinion, when we do have an energy, Chiron, for instance, when it's retrograde, our vibration is low. Our vitality is low. We are more prone to getting run down, especially because it's in a Mars-orientated sign. It can be inflammatory. It can be emotionally inflammatory. And then we've also got Jupiter, which is our vitality. We've had this year both Venus and Mars retrograde, which weren't helpful either. Helpful in a sense that we go internally, it slows things down. That could have been money, wealth, jobs, our love lives. And I always say when it goes direct, we can say blast from the past and then, ending relationships. But the thing is, if we do have attachments, and we really are not sure, it can still proceed forward the months following. So, the cracks and connections can be showing, and then we can be saying, hey, we've really been holding this up and this isn't something that's resonating with us anymore. And that can be a person, place, or thing. It could be a job that you're currently doing. It could be your nutrition, a relationship. It's also pastimes, the hobbies and things to that degree. So there's a lot of tweaking that we're spiritually addressing at this point in time. And you are going to find that we can really personalize things. People can be extremely irritable. This has been a very energetically depleting year, where there has been a lot coming at us, especially with Saturn and Pisces, which is now direct. And Neptune will be as well, and that's going to be an interesting one to watch. I have noticed also the synchronicities relating to animal totems coming up quite loudly. The one large synchronicity I'm seeing the most is the birth and death cycle, and that can be through all the animal totems and number synchronicities that I'm getting at the moment. Definitely when we see flies, it's to do with an evolution we're going through, being a fly, and we'll be an observer, not a talker. So, really looking, really listening to what's being said. I did put a community post up, which was giving you guys a bit of tips on how you can navigate whether you are having a physical conversation or whether you both are two people or a group of people having a conversation, trauma bonding with each other, or maybe getting triggered by what another person is saying, which is hugely a potential. We do a lot of coaching within the Members Hub. And yes, there are times when we are unaware that we are part of a situation. So I try to chime in at times and say, hey, this is food for thought. Have a look at this situation. And definitely, my advice would always be journal. By journaling, what we can do is we can revisit those circumstances. We can look at it and go, that's interesting. I didn't know that I felt that way. I didn't know I thought that way. And we also can pick up on patterns that we're having, which again, we can become the common denominator, and it's by us observing our behavior and responses to these energies that we can actually make that shift. We can connect those dots and have a change. We always do have power, and that power can change circumstances. But definitely we do have karmic energies coming out of the woodworks at the moment, especially because Pluto has been gearing up, ready to finalize, which will be occurring next year. It's going to dip between Aquarius and Capricorn. We will have circumstances, people, places, and things. We're going to revisit those things. Now, if they were meant to be there, and they'll be revisited. If they're not meant to be there, again, they will be revisited. So it's to do with fine tuning, I would say, but it's going to get a little bit tougher. Say, for instance, those areas of your chart, if you had just been in avoidance for the last 20 years, still had those things happen, maybe going into victim consciousness happening to you in the early degrees, which is possible in January and beyond, because we will have it in the early degrees of Aquarius. You could say for the first 3 to 5 years of Pluto in Aquarius, they're changes that we're maybe not ready for, but they're happening abruptly. After, it can be intuitively, emotionally, wow, I need to transform that. And it's not to say you can't operate inside that. Scorpionic energy is quite used to that. Okay. It's to do with the life, it's cycles to a degree. So it can be, okay, things are happening, things are falling down, let's evolve this, let's recycle it, let's make something new. And I think in the transits, if we can relate to that circumstance in that fashion, we will be able to swim that wave a lot more effectively. if we're holding on, you know, it's a little bit like when you are speaking to a person in, you know, that is maybe elderly and they're very nostalgic and they're very connected to the past and they're just observing the world through a particular set of eyes. And it's like, look, in my day, you know, it's about, you know, becoming relevant in the day you currently are. And it's like, wow, okay, you know, can we keep a bit of the old, a bit of the new, very Uranian energy, where you can have both of those things going on, but it can feel quite triggering. Let's just be perfectly honest. So a big hello to all of you in the chat. Please, please, please be respectful to each other. You know, this is a very triggering time at this point. We're going to have a look at the super chats and see what's coming up, and feel free to share, you know, if you have been having an experience that's been quite hectic, you know, Pluto moving from Capricorn into Aquarius, like I said. I can give you an example. That can be for Libras. What you will find coming up can be, you know, over the last few years, I would say, because it's the 4th house placement, this is an example. You would have had things to do with caring for people, caring for family, caring for children, home-based businesses, changing of homes, maybe feeling like the Fool card in Tarot. That has been both transformative for you. It has caused a lot of conflict for you. This could have been with family members, your inner child, your childhood. And I would say from 2008. So you would have seen these circumstances from 2008 to this point in time, moving into and wrapping up in 2024. So if you had felt that you had to move all the time, if you had felt there were changes with your children, with your family, with your mother, with your father, with home-based businesses, your routine directly being affected, then, you know, this will be a time where you will feel the change coming. Now, when we revisit that, there can be some circumstances happening with children, with your home. You could be decorating your home. You could be feeling, what am I looking for in a home? What am I looking for in a tribe, in a family? There could be things coming up with your children, so to speak. There could be things coming up to do with your mother or your father. It's going to be frustrating, okay? But you're revisiting it, and believe me, you have the experience over the last, you know, since 2008. So it's an inconvenience, but it is going to be a wrap, okay? So whatever this wrap is, you're going to revisit it, and you're looking to see so it can be like old situations repeating, and you're going, oh crap, here we go again. It's temporary. It is temporary. Deal with it differently. And it is evolving, because it is going to be a wrap next year. I hope that lands for somebody. If you want a personal reading, you can come through to the members. I'll try and do a webinar to really prepare us for that, because it's already starting. Okay, I'm just saying. That shit's already starting. So who do we have for the super chats? I'll probably get my jacket off. I put it on this morning. Yes, I am dressed, but it is, yeah, I'll double check. Yes, I am dressed. It's just very temperamental with the weather at the moment. Do you agree? Very bloody temperamental. It's like 1 minute it's hot. It's been really humid here in Australia. I was like, Lord. So I didn't know what was worse, whether it had been, you know, the rain, whether it had been now it's the heat and the humidity. I'm like, because we're in summer in Perth, Western Australia, FYI. Anywho, so we have Marie. Let's get the cards clear. I'll chuck the list up. Thank you for your support. We do have a new tier level membership, okay? It's one level membership. It just axes out the confusion. It's cheaper than all the others. You know, we've scrapped all the others. And the top level at the moment, for those of you who are already on it, I can say prior to the end of December, please do transition over, because there will be one tier level, okay? One tier level. You'll actually be saving yourself money, so go and do it ASAP. And I have put up a new video, and it does discuss what is on offer, what's going to be there, what the membership is about, how it directly supports the channel as well. It keeps us bringing fresh content, which definitely, if you do notice, what is occurring on the channel at the moment is a refresh in preparation for 2024 and the content that I will be bringing. Okay. So we're having to simplify, clarify, and quality assure. Not necessarily a great time for brand new launches, but this is the reason why I have upgraded the membership, changed it, simplified it, well and truly before Mercury retrograde, okay? So jump on it now before Mercury retrograde. Let's see what's coming up for Marie. Hi, Stella. How are you, my love? Yes. Are we ready for a jolly Christmas? Just be aware. Don't get into fights with don't get into travel could be problematic, I would say, and not just for the stock standard Mercury retrograde reason because of the transits. So I'm just FYIing you. Yeah, I'll put up my predictions. We'll leave it at that. Okay, 2 cards. So is Marie in the house or is she? Hi, beautiful. I was like, is Marie in the house? Can you please give me a message for my twin and I thank you? In the joint energy, it does feel as though there are 2 thoughts going on. It feels as though there are a lot of, and this is really normal at the moment in the context of what's happening astrologically. We can be really going into our compass of our belief systems. This can be our value systems, our religious beliefs, really reconnecting to those things. We also can be looking at the Jupiter energy of our life, and it's how do we go from point A to I am still here. I am trying. This is freaky. I don't even know how that happened. I'm telling you. I've literally gone into the settings, reconnected it 50 times, and I've just pressed the camera and the audio, and it's just magically reconnected. I'm even scared to touch the table. This thing is so sensitive. It's like a karmic DM. I'm just going to say, let's get back into it. I don't know. And now the computer's really quiet. I don't even want to touch it. I almost feel like I need to be sitting really far away with the second bench. Okay, so the first message I was getting, Marie, okay, it's almost like you're looking at how to get from point A to point B. There could be some emotions coming up where you feel there's some injustice. You could also be looking at a circumstance, and sometimes, especially when it relates to Sagittarius, we could be wondering, is the person going through maybe a contract? Is the person maybe going through, like, I'll just give various examples, a divorce, a conflict of interest? Are they ever going to let their past go? Are they going to be open to this circumstance? It does feel kind of odd that both of you simultaneously are thinking about each other. Again, I do sense the energy of communication. This can be that you actually have been in communication, or you may just not be saying what you need to be saying to one another. But I am seeing both of you simultaneously, almost, you know, I can say like sitting ducks. Looking at what do we do from here, and also how do we go about changing it to move forward. But it's like both parties at the moment are sitting ducks, but I feel it's because the other person is believing the other person needs to do something, and vice versa. I hope this is landing, because this is what they're showing me. I'm also feeling as though there is a circumstance where twin not responding to my text. Yeah, because it's like sitting ducks. Like, who's going to go first? You could be looking at this, but they did make reference to there was communication. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you, that there was communication. It could be triggering you to feel something has gone backwards. Like I said, with that Pluto transit, some of those things can be coming up. It doesn't mean we are going backwards. It can be we're revisiting these things and they're looking a bit messy. If they effectively have learned lessons, they're not going to be repeating complete patterns. It's more revisiting it and going, yeah, no, thanks. I don't want that. You know, that's something I'm not interested in. This person's being very private at the moment. This person is holding their cards really close to their chest. It could be something to do with wealth. There could be some element of stresses that they're currently dealing with. But again, they're not really opening up as much as you would like them to. They're holding their cards close to their chest at the moment. I don't think it's anything personal. I think it's just where they're standing at this point in time of how they're wanting to navigate it. I do think they're being very, very realistic. And that's by not overgiving. And the reason why I feel not overgiving is because there are some things that they're addressing at the moment. And I feel if they give too much, it's going to be, it's going to move too quick. Okay. So it's almost like there's a slight delay. There's a delay in this. So they're relating to it in the way they feel spiritually is best. In the context of this connection moving forward. So it's like they're putting on the brakes a little bit, okay? I do think there could be an opportunity to meet or to talk about the future. There also is movement forward. It's like I sense this energy of when things do move forward, you potentially could be looking a little bit over your shoulder, like is there, and sometimes that can be to do with karmic energy. Do you know what I mean? It's more, you know, habits and patterns, and it's kind of like this worry war energy of we go 20 steps forward, are we going 30 steps back? What's going on here? because you felt that things were flowing. You felt like this was leading to reunion, reconciliation, and something subconsciously has put the brakes on at this point, and you're kind of looking at it going, so have we progressed? Is it progressing? I do think it is, but there does appear to be a situation of the past that's cropped up that's triggered a bit of this slowness. I do think this person is using their intellect with deciding how to navigate it. So, it's the old notion. It's like, how do I explain it? If the person is behaving in a certain fashion, sometimes it can be really to protect you. So, and it's to do the right thing by you. That's kind of what I'm hearing spiritually. But you could be getting some gossip coming through at the moment. How this could come about, sometimes it could be us directly feeling we're going to hear something bad. Get out of that mindset. You also could be physically getting some news or being told something that you didn't know that could quite surprise you, but it's almost like you're anticipating that there's going to be some news coming through that maybe is going to be quite surprising. Yeah. But this person is still thinking about you, but they definitely, at the moment, due to a circumstance, they're putting the brake on. That's what they're showing me. Do I feel it'll be for long? No, but there's a reason why they are feeling they need to put the brake on at the moment. At the moment, they do feel quite anxious as well. Okay. Yes, replied once, very loving message. Yeah, I do feel the person does have feelings. I do feel the person, is really interconnected to you, but there is a reason why they're kind of slowing down. Slowing things down. That's what I hear. Probably because there's a lot coming at them at this point. Okay, Ollie B, a very warm welcome. Now, Ollie, I did I think it was a couple of super chats ago. I don't know if you realised. I noticed after the super chats, that's okay, Marie, that you had placed a super chat, and I didn't know because I was doing the ratings. So what I did was put it in the next video. Okay, so if you backtrack to that previous video, if you didn't get your rating, I did actually do it in the next super chat. So a warm welcome. Oh, good. I'm good. Glad. Okay. I was like, gosh, I hope I did the reading. It's always the way. Okay. What would you like to know, my love? Can I get a career and love message? You surely can. Let me see what's coming up. Oh, don't you love that career is coming up at the moment? I think it's both. I do think collectively it's our passion, it's our love, it's our career. It's all of those things going on. Oh, okay. Well, I'm wondering if this is your energy or I think you're looking at timing. That's what I think you're looking at. We've got the Tower in reverse here. We also have the Capricorn energy, which is very relevant. Okay, why am I getting that? You're in a transition from one. Okay, how do I explain it? It's almost like what they're showing me is the predicament of your life and where you are. You directly are looking at getting from point A to point B. And I'm hearing the term getting out of Dodge. Is this landing for you? Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm speaking very in code. Usually my guides will work with me that way because there are some private things going on and it's like, let's not tell the whole bloody world. So this circumstance that you're dealing with, a guide told me this years ago. They were like, you technically have exited stage, just haven't put your foot out the door. So you have effectively made a decision, okay? But you're second guessing yourself. You're like, okay, yeah, it's sad to say. It's like the current situation of what you're in could effectively be, there could be nostalgic reasons, there could be like history, but there's also history on the other side. I'm speaking code. I hope it lands. What they're saying is you have made a decision, and for a while here, you have been actually taking steps to take you in that direction, okay? that direction you're going in, it is still moving. You have come to a standstill at this point in time and you're second guessing yourself. And it's okay to do that, love. Okay. It's okay to sit there and go, crap, you know, am I ready for this? Oh my gosh, I'm so close to doing this. Am I ready to jump in the deep end? And, you know, it's okay to take a moment. You know, with the transits, we're going to go, now, do I jump in the deep end? Or what it's showing is, you know, in anything in life, as we move forward, there's going to be potholes, there's going to be hurdles, but you get through it because you're committed to it. So what I'm saying is you are going to follow through. I do see this as positive, but there could be an element where you spiritually are avoiding making an end, you know, and it's like, just, you know, it could be bite the bullet. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, bite the bullet, accept what you feel, accept that it's necessary for a change. I do feel that what you're moving into is going to be better than what it currently has. Does that make sense? We do have the Two of Cups. You know what you need to do at an intuitive level. You know what you're going towards. You know there's a little bit of avoidance and apprehension, but they're saying if you just deal with it and you say, right, this is my action plan. This is what I'm going to do. Don't feel guilty. Okay, don't feel guilty. This is who I am. This is what I desire. This is what I love. This is who I love. This is my choice. I may change my mind later. That's okay. I'm allowed to do that. But what I feel today is my choice, and I'm going to do that because I feel at the moment there could be guilt, nostalgia holding you back spiritually, when really what you're going towards, there's the fear of the unknown, but it's going to be better than what you already know what you have. Do you get what I'm saying? So I already know what I have and I'm not quite satisfied with it. So why the heck am I doing it? Does that make sense? I hope that lands. And I hope the code was enough. Okay? It does feel positive. It does feel you're going towards both love and career. Yeah. And it can be rejection as well. It's like, what if it doesn't turn out? But what if it does? What if it ends up being your deepest dreams? What if it ends up being everything you desired? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's about having the courage to go all in, to just give something a shot. You can have spiritual closure and do it, you know, and actually, you know, try. I hope that helps. But it does look positive, but it does feel the mental entanglement and guilt is holding you back. And it's like, go and experience life. You know what I mean? Go and live. Tracy. I better not knock this bloody table. I did that last time and the camera knocked out. Okay. And again, if any of you need a personal booking, especially over the silly season, you can book in. There are limited spaces. Most welcome. There are limited spaces, so jump in as soon as possible. Tracy, how are you doing, my love? Oh, gosh, very intellectual. Hi, sweet. How are you? You have your thinking hat on at the moment. What's going on? You're in your Queen of Cups energy, but it's the thinking hat I'm getting. That's the first thing I'm getting. You're okay. Yeah, I think we're all just okay. Not great. Just, you know, looking out for the acorns falling, penny little. I don't know why I'm getting that there's some people around you that you're just like, wow, you're a bit, you know, it's a bit like these people are a little bit extra. You like your quiet space. You like your zen. You almost require it at the end of each week. That's what I'm getting. There is something that you're feeling you're trying to distance yourself from. Drama. I think it's just drama. You don't want drama. They're telling you not to own other people's vibrations. You could be a little bit of a sponge at the moment, Dale. So I don't know why I'm seeing eyes. I'm seeing headache. Could be a bit of sinus. But there's strain. I can see that, I'm sensing the physical strain. You could be a little bit of a sponge at the moment and really be absorbing other people's energy. Although you're very good at actually flushing it and just, compartmentalizing, it feels as though either at an intuitive level, something you're currently doing, this could be a workplace, this could be a bunch of people or a tribal energy that is causing a little bit of dramas. You are quite ascended in a sense of how you can deal with stress levels. You also have great intuition when it does come to making major choices in your life. You feel the way you are handling other individuals around you is almost like you need to let them learn their own lessons. You're the drama. The stress is in the heart of it, all right? There has been some drama. There has been some hurt. This could be something that somebody has done to you. You're trying to move beyond it. You also could be strict, but you're in the psychic energy at the moment, which is meaning Saturn's putting pressure on us. Neptune's about to go direct. We could be feeling that pressure point. It could feel cutting, like we have to do a left or right. Spiritually is referencing the Pisces energy, the pressure points that we're feeling. So is something going to shift? Yes, if you're gentle with yourself and intellectual. It's about getting into the logic. And sometimes it can be moving away from the inner child, being aware of the inner child, but actually going, okay, this is what's at hand. This is what's going on. This is what I need to do to liberate myself. You could also have some changes really that are going to be very, very positive for you coming ahead. You also could have an event that you're invited to or hear about. Oh, God, what's going on there? What's gone down? Why are you feeling cursed? Okay. You're going to get the star. Okay, you got the star card here. This is either something that has played out in the last few weeks and it's caused you to do 180. I feel, again, it's similar to the other energy. I'm feeling, career and love, but it's energy point blank zeros. There's been a shift, and it feels as though something has shifted your perspective. But you are feeling like it's sort of like, okay, with my faith, with my belief, with cycles, like, why do these dramas keep coming up? Sometimes we can go into feeling cursed, feeling, that we're the victim in a circumstance, or feeling, are we actually effectively the perpetrator? But I think it's more to do with some dramas, more to do with some fatigue. Look, your outcome card is the star card. It might be that you need to take a moment in your energy field to decide what you're going to do, be it it's linking to tribe, family, love, a career situation. I feel you're having to take a moment. I feel you're having to step back and observe this, but your outcome card is the star card. You also don't want, I don't know why I'm hearing this, interesting guides coming through today. You want people to want to dance with you, deal with you in an adult way, not through the sympathy vote. You are tired of the status quo, though. You want something to shift, and you want it to shift quite quickly. I do feel, because you are now in that questioning mind, there's some toxic energies around you, though, Dale. Now, sometimes these people, if you have felt in the last few weeks very tired, again, never this can be the spiritual energy. If you felt something was off, always go seek a professional. I've got to tell you that. But energetically, what I'm picking, especially because I'm seeing some psychic energy cards here, if you have felt tired, depleted, say your mood has gone from a very positive mood to a very negative, and it's abnormal for you, You might have been seeing flies, odd smells. Really, really great time to clear your homes. Okay, that energy is almost like sometimes, and I was saying this in the members, psychic attacks. Right? If we were very negative energies, we can actually manifest things in, and manifestation is always happening. If you ever noticed you hit your toe, you're like, I'm not going to do this, girl. Crap, I'm having a crappy day. And then you hit your toe again, and then you drop something on it. It's because we are honing that energy into that one area and we're actually attracting it. So we're manifesting effectively. We're attracting like a magnet to what we are embodying. The other way it can come about is that we're unwell, so we attract this, and it continues on because we're continuing that vibration. So you need a bit more protection during those times. Great time to drink water. Great time to use your crystals, to clear your homes, to smudge your homes, to prepare them for the new season, especially because of particular transits that are going direct. They're going to cause a bit more psychic attacks. And you can feel very depleted. Like I said, when we do have Jupiter go direct, you're going to have more energy. You're not going to feel this funky vibe. It can be a great time to try to, instead of starting something new, rather cleaning up the old and making time so that you can get down to business. I do feel you've got a goal in mind. I do feel you have a lot on your plate, but you're just like, how am I going to get through everything? I would definitely go back to the noted system that I've always recommended to those of you when we've had really heavy transits. And that can be writing down everything that you need to do. And instead of feeling like you're not getting anywhere, really prioritizing what those things are and just ticking it. And so it can be wiped out of your mind, and being realistic with time. But you're going to be able to make up for lost time. You're also going to be able to move in towards your dreams. But at the moment, you're just feeling a bit funky. So what you're attracting could be some psychic attacks. If somebody is jealous of you, unfortunately, in the psychic attack energy, all they need to do is think about you. And if you're already tired, that can come into your aura. So great time to do an aura upgrade. You can look for guided meditation on YouTube. They have a wonderful source of resources there. Drinking fluid, using crystals, R&R, and, you know, really getting back into the grounding. So it can be just walking around with no shoes. And I think if you can do that, a lot of this juju that's going on at the moment is going to dissipate. If there is a person that is causing drama, I also think that's going to resolve. And I just think you're being a bit too hard on yourself, okay? I hope that helps. Cosmic Journey. Before my bloody camera goes off and we're here to midnight. I've still got to do the next week's edition of the masculine, feminine, karmic and the joint connection today. So I've got quite a busy day ahead of me. I had a drama yesterday. Yes. So, do we attract it? Yeah, no. Most welcome, sweet. Do we attract it? Yes, but, you know, it's like the Janet Jackson song, like a moth through the flame. Right, the dark is attracted to light. It's the yin yang. You can protect yourself, though. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on karma key energy at the moment. And I think this is collectively. Honestly, I don't think it's for one given person. I do pick that we already are tired, so it's going to come through. Whenever I yawn, the karmic energy. For you, Cosmic Journey, there can be a circumstance that you're dealing with, and it can be to do with the karmic. It can be causing a bit of conflict. I also feel you're going somewhere. You want some balance. You want some justice. You want some fairness in this situation. You're wondering with the conflicts, you know, why the conflicts? How do we deal with this? You also could be looking at TF and thinking, what exactly are you fighting for? Yeah, what are you fighting for? What are we fighting for? What are we seeing eye to eye? But the past position with all these fights, you know, so it could be the promises, it could be the changes that were meant to happen, it could be the things that they've gone through. They're in the Five of Swords. Oh, gosh, Five of Swords. I'm noticing the eyes on the card, and these guides are very comical because the first thing I heard was pink eye, and I think it's sarcasm. I think it's more, you know, your observation of it. I think this is your side of the family, maybe somebody that's transcended over. I do think this individual was very, very polite in the way in which they would speak, but the reference point they're making is sort of a code term for what a crock of poop. Okay, so you're intellectually thinking of something, they're chiming in and they're saying, yeah, I'm with you. Because your opinion of what has changed so far is frustrating. It's not that you don't have love and feelings and, you know, understanding. You physically do. That is not a drama at all. But you could be looking at this and going, okay, has some change happened? Is it happening? What's going on? I do think there is going to be some hopes recovered here, and I do think there could be some light. And I think in the heart of it, there's always movement. Okay, there's always change and movement, and there's what you're asking for energetically from universe is to give you a sign, to give you something positive, even if it's just a speck of pepper. You will feel that is movement, you know, because what you are desiring is the star. What you're hoping you're going to see and feel and do. And a lot of what you're doing in your own personal life is moving you to that destiny point. This could be triggering people around you at the moment, and they're kind of feeling you're leaving them behind. You are moving towards the star card. This also can be to do with the partnership. You know what you want and you're going for it. You could be making people feel that you're leaving them behind, but it's because you're so determined and you're having that spiritual faith in yourself that you're actually, because of that, it's almost like you're causing this ripple effect in their lives that they have to level up, that if they snooze, they lose. And it's inspiring. Therefore, it may not necessarily land that way initially, but you accidentally are inspiring movement with these things. Yeah, they're freaking out. They're actually looking at the real problems in their life now because of your behavioral pattern and how you're addressing things and how determined you are and how detached you are from a circumstance. You're like, look, I know what I'm going towards. I know what I want. I want happiness. I want love. I'll go through hell and back to get it if I have to, but I will get it. And I have faith in myself. I have faith in the process. You could be hearing a whole lot of white noises with individuals and people around you, especially with this Five of Swords. And sometimes it can be almost like the doomsday prepper. It's like, I'm getting things ready, I'm getting my ducks in a row, because you're trusting your intuition, you're wanting more harmony and balance in your life. And because you had enough of the imbalance, the injustice, you now are moving into that justice energy yourself to co-create that balance in your life. And also not allowing somebody to pull you down. And I think if there had been any enabling going on anywhere, now suddenly it's like these people are having to spiritually level up because you're not the enabler. Okay. But it's motivating them. It's motivating change. It's triggering change. I will say that. We have research clue. How are you doing, research clue? Congratulations. The award this week goes to Research Clue in the Members Hub. They had graduated to a next level of ascension. I have seen such. Very, very impressive. Always like seeing that. Hi, Dub. It's a nice feeling, especially when you have a revelation in your life and a light bulb moment. You're like, I can see clearly now. When you have that, it's going to aid you for the rest of your life. You can never lose that now. And so that is going to be an extra tool that you can utilize in your life moving forward. And, it will, all that pain maybe that you went through to get that, you're going to realize how beneficial it is. Really, 100. Yes, we still can deal with toxic people and higher ascended people. It's just the way you show up. Lots of karmic energy. Yeah. Okay, what do we have here for research clue? You're sort of, the first thing I get research clues, you sort of do want to know, but you don't, you're like, you know what I mean? Not at all. Take the credit. You must take the credit. You have achieved that. You have landed there. That's your credit. Okay. So you're sort of in the do I, don't I? You're changing the way. You also are like, how do I explain it? you're a don't second guess how strong you are. Okay, you also are overcoming the energy of temptation. So, where you have that, it's almost like we become two energies. We are super acutely aware of the inner child, and it can be having its brat attack inside ourselves. Meanwhile, we are consciously observing a situation and going, shh. We need to act healthy with this one here. But you're aware, you're gentle with it, you're in acknowledgement of it, like the little birdie on her shoulder, the angel, the devil sort of thing. You're in that awareness when you are dealing with these circumstances. This can be people, places, and things, toxicity, wounds, Scorpio energy at the moment. We've got Pluto in Capricorn. Venus in Libra, what's the shadow sign of it? At the moment it's in the south nodes. What does that mean? It's all that scorpionic, Mars-like energy. If we can be aware of the tidal wave and try and navigate that, are we still going to feel triggered? 100%. Are we going to feel as though we need to get grounded in it? 100%. But you're looking at this differently. I think your intuition is quite strong at the moment. When you look back, you are intellectually saying to yourself, gee, I was a very different person back then. Things are going to be different now. You also could be saying to yourself, in the context of, because you've changed, doesn't mean that you could actually be with TF. You could be with that circumstance. And I do feel, yes, I just feel it's because you are doing things in a healthier format. It means that it's almost like rejection as universe's protection. Universe is going to protect you. Universe is going to bring it to you in its healthiest format. And it's also, if they do come towards you in a way that is maybe lower frequency, be it, like I said, you can deal with karmic energies. You just won't enable. You just will have boundaries. And that should be over the board with everybody, right? So when we learn that, there can be times where we need to physically completely cut people off, and that's because evolution isn't happening, and it's not because you don't love, it's not because you don't care. It's like, for my sanity, for my wellness, for my vibration, I am removing myself from the circumstance because I feel at the moment, for all who are involved, it's the healthiest. What I'm seeing here is there is going to be a change of plans. There is going to be some movement. I also do feel this is in your love zone, okay? You are taking on a healthier way, and you know that in going into this, in doing all this spiritual work, it means you're going to have a healthier relationship. You're trying to get grounded through this. I think you've had some revelations. I do think you also could be, yes, I have had to learn not to be afraid to have boundaries. Yeah, and it's, sometimes we think if we have boundaries, the person won't be interested. Well, a person is usually going to be more interested in a person that has self-respect, integrity, standards. It doesn't mean you have to be nasty. It means that you're actually saying, look, I can't do that. There are my can-dos and can't-dos. And it does not mean that I'm not lovable. It doesn't mean I'm unacceptable. And, they're your non-negotiables. It's a bit like bookkeeping. They're your non-negotiables. So with your non-negotiables, unless you wanted to go bankrupt, they're your non-negotiables. Treating it like a heart in a business. Treating it like love, a heart in a business. Okay. I feel you're going to have a moment of clarity that is going to bring you some sense of amusement. You could say something subconsciously that you didn't know you were doing that was holding you a little bit like Rapunzel in its fort. It's like, Rapunzel, let your hair down. I think you're going to find the whole situation, especially in a mirror sense, very comical. I don't know why I get this. It's like you're going to have a bit of a laugh about it. And I think you're going to be moving into that hero's journey. It feels very fast. It feels whatever this is going to be very fast. Universe is asking you not to get in your head too much, not to get up in your head and be saying to yourself, oh, this is never going to happen. Be open, because there's hundreds of things in our life that we just never anticipated or expected, and they physically do. It is saying that you're going to be brave. You also are going to be putting your foot down with somebody. Okay, putting your foot down with somebody, but you're going to be brave. This also could be a time of breaking habits and getting into healthy routines, resting, recovering, taking spiritual time. But I definitely see it to be a very positive thing. Okay, nothing bad there. Big decisions you're making. And I think once you've made them, you're going to be stepping back. But I definitely feel we're going to have some firm boundaries. Giggle. Giggle. Okay. Okay, you're getting someone coming to you, I feel. Because I literally was like, I felt like a knocking at the door. Don't think you're expecting it. Yeah, that's good. You're like, what do you want from me? Okay, giggle. You're like, you're moody. You're like, I don't even know if you come to my door, if I will even open my door. You've been thinking about this a lot. Your energy has come up in a major observation of this thing. Every single card is you looking at this situation. So I might have to pull a second layer, but it's a message nevertheless. You've been having some major revelations about this. You are, what would I say? You can be very fed up of this circumstance. You believe that there is a bunch of areas in this person's life that really does need shifting. This can be to do with emotions. This can be to do with current physical circumstances. What has landed in your mind at times has been, is there a karmic? Is there a situation with a karmic? You feel that when they do open up, they step back and they retreat back. This could be because of their fears of commitment. It also could be to do with past tense traumas. But there is a bunch of things in your mind that you're looking at that this person really does need to resolve. And the other area that is coming up is almost like, in the Virgoian energy, which is the intellect, the Mercury. This could be the health. This could be how it's caused stress on you, because wherever our Virgo placements are, they can have, they are the higher heart chakra. They are the Chiron energy. So for you, I would keep an eye on Chiron as it moves direct. That could be a little window there of a trigger. Okay, let's see their perspective on this. Because your perspective is, you got a lot of, you got, I don't know what you got going on, but you got a lot going on. And you just feel that no sooner their life is very hectic. Their life is very busy. Their life is very, in your opinion, very messy, extreme, unmanageable. So you're looking at things a bit more realistically now. You're like, is this going to be manageable? Is this like, is it, you're feeling it's not manageable for them? Okay. Now, how are they observing this situation? Because the wolf house did come through. Okay, that sort of was like, yeah, peeving me off. Karmic energy. Okay, this person's up in their head. This person knows a lot of their thoughts and clutter. They're very tired. I would say that. They think too much. They can at times over-personalize things. They're also making reference to the point sometimes they don't actually explain themselves effectively. It comes out incorrectly with what they're saying. This person does have some hang-ups, but they're up in their head at the moment. They do know that you have been very patient with them. They do know that you miss them. They also miss you. They do feel at times what is on offer is very page energy. It's small, it's slight. We had this conversation before, Giggle, conversations with God, and what we put out in an order sense, maybe what was given back. There could have been a time you said, if I saw even a slight change, it would have been adequate. And it's been ever so slight. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, be careful what you put out there. Some gesture is coming. What they're wanting to bring is coming, but it feels, to you, it feels small. You're not pinning too much hope, and they're aware of that, of Christmas. This could be shifting. I don't know why I get this. I'm hearing the term ultimatum dates, and I'm seeing it between Christmas and New Year's. There's ultimatum dates. That's how they're feeling. They actually spiritually feel any conflict of interest energy that is causing issues between the both of you, that they have to get really realistic about what they're fighting for. They also feel that there is trust issues between the both of you, and you feel that there's a betrayal here at hand and that you worry about it. Yeah, ultimatum dates. It's like, this can be where you spiritually are that spent. You're like, I'm just not doing this anymore. So I feel it's more your guides making reference to, you know, how you're going to feel at those two portals. I'm hearing the term ultimatum dates. Okay, you feel something's been hidden from you. You presume that because there's quietness, there's a third party. This is their spiritual test to pass, not yours. Huh. Yeah, that's what they keep referencing. Okay, why are they giving me a picture of a gift here? What is this, please? Give me an image. Yeah, they actually are thinking about commitment. There is a gift here. Two dates they gave, Christmas and New Year's. You're waiting. You're feeling as though they need to be quick about this. They're aware of how you think. They're aware of what you feel, what you fear. They don't know why they're like that. They feel, yeah, well, true. But this is a gift to you. This is a physical item that I feel they're giving. I think they're at a T-section in the road, but they're going to have to change drastically. Okay, so this is like a change drastically kind of a moment. But it's almost like, okay, let's tread this way. Let's get back to basics. Let's look at what I'm putting my energy, attention, and focus on. You know, the funny thing, I actually feel a karmic is giving them advice, and it is in your favor. I do. I feel a karmic is giving this person advice and it's in your favor. I don't think it's a romantic karmic. I think it's just a karmic. Okay? We'll leave it at that. Dawn. I tell you, keep an eye on my eye. It looks like it's going like, no, is it this one? I'm not sure. That light is like on an angle. It's making me cross-eyed. Okay. Dawn. I'm telling you. Hey girl, how you doing? Hi Kelly, welcome. Okay, so what we got here, Dawn? What are you looking at? What are you dealing with? Is it the TF conundrum or is it just a general? I'll probably get both coming through anyway. Hi, Dale. You're keeping it together. Look, you can be having there can be something to do with your daughter coming up this week. It could be this week or anywhere between now and the end of the year. I think there could be a viewpoint, a situation, something cropping up. I feel your twin is very in their head at the moment. You actually can see, you're welcome, Giggle. You can see that this person is changing, that this person is actually, how can I put it? Really perplexed. That's about the best. Look at this person. They're like, but it's like, you know, that moment where you know something's wrong, right? You're kind of looking at it and you're looking to the future and you're like, this isn't it. This isn't all my life is. But this person is sort of like spiritually gone very quiet, very reflective, very nostalgic, looking at their future. I'm telling you, there's a karmic observing me today. I can feel it. Where's my crystal? I will find my crystals. You should see, I was clearing the office the other day and I found my smudge stick and I'm like, that's a big one. Okay, we'll get those. I love the smell of sage. You're worried that you are going to be, you're like, you're getting, it's like you get it, you have a feeling, but at the same time, you're getting bored of the status quo. Don't go into the second guessing of the fact that what you can see is this person's going through a change. That is going to be a very positive thing in the context of this. I do see you are going to be very busy. You also have a spiritual feeling. I don't know, the runner energy could be coming up. Yeah, runner. Oh, no. I think it's you. I think it's you, Dawn. Where do you want to go? You want to go somewhere. Are you going to visit family, to travel, because it feels almost travel? Yeah. You're sort of looking at it where you can directly see the changes happening, but it's almost like when it starts becoming a reality, there is a possibility of you becoming the runner. You are, however, going to be very, 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 very busy. Nowhere yet. Nowhere yet. You are going to be very busy. This person also, you are clouding their mind a bit because I do feel the intimacy within the karmic relationship has stopped. Too busy working. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I said you'd be very, very busy. You might have to jump on a situation at a drop of a hat. For some reason, I feel you're almost spiritually tempting this person to jump. This person is having, what's the song that I'm getting? Bloody hell, Dawn, you always get songs. Okay. I think it's the old song. Let me have a look. I think it's Rihanna and Santana, Wild Thoughts. That is the song that's coming through for you. Wild Thoughts. Go and listen to that. I mean, I love his music on the guitar. Love it. But this person is so over the same, but they're really, really looking at their life. We'll just add you to the list, Swope. So Dawn, look, I can see you're going to be busy. There's going to be a circumstance with your daughter coming up. I can see you may be going at a drop of a hat. You might need to go somewhere at a drop of a hat. This person also is thinking, it's almost like they're summing their life up. You know, they're summing their life up. But this person's going to turn in towards you, but they definitely... No, that's okay, love. They definitely are feeling as though they don't like where their life is heading. They're a bit over that. They're very nostalgic as well. It's almost the one that got away I'm looking at. It's like they're bored with what they have, and you know what I mean. So, okay. Kerry. Yes, I did get your message, Kerry. I'm lucky that Kerry is a long-standing client and she text messages me by my phone. So I will shout out to Kerry. Let's see what the energy is for you. And I tell you, for Aries and Libra at the moment, you know, it's a hard time. It's big changes, okay? And I think it is really for everyone. Big changes. Especially because your Venus house is active. You could be bumping into somebody at this point in time. This could be a time when you're really reconnecting. And this also could be a time where you could be just saying to yourself, I've got to let the past go. It's funny. But something from the past is coming back. Something from the past is being revisited. And it is about the fact that you're going to be doing relationships differently now. So that can be with current contracts. You could radically feel as though you just want to really drop it and, you know, change your contract. It's coming up in yours. Oh, you're intuitive. You have been thinking about getting a read. I think both of you guys that got the psychic... thanks, Giggle. The psychic card. You know, it could be that you'd been thinking about, you know, doing a reading, getting a reading done, getting a coaching session done. Spiritually, I'm saying that you are really trusting your intuition. You're also very, very susceptible. Hi, Carrie. You're very susceptible to the energy at the moment. So you could almost feel like you want to protect yourself, right? You could feel as though... yeah, you could feel as though you need to be bubble wrapped or cotton ball wrapped and just white noise the world out right now. So you're going to be very sensitive to vibes. Sometimes when we revisit circumstances with other individuals, it can be a time that you are looking at it and going, why has everyone else's life progressed and mine hasn't? You know, when we're on autopilot and we're just, you know, being the robots of society, we really don't... you don't need to bump into anyone. It's not over yet. It's the whole month into no one, just trying to keep positive. In short, yeah. So this month you are going to have subjects to do with your career, your wealth, beauty, health. This can be the Emperor's New Clothes. You also are going to be looking for something more sustainable. Now, this is going to be a time when there's going to be some shakeups in that zone for you. You are... I feel you will be making some major decisions before the end of the year. Do I think you're going to implement them right away? No, I don't. You could be feeling at the moment everyone is really projecting quite a bit. No, I would not say you're oversensitive at the moment. I think it's heightened. It is heightened. Sometimes we can be oversensitive. How can that come about? It can be if we're very fatigued, doing too much for everyone, taking too much shit from people. Of course, we're going to be oversensitive. That's a natural response. So gauge where that sensitivity is. Is it you are allowing too many opinions to affect you psychically, intuitively, in your emotions? You're using the emotional intelligence. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names can never hurt me. Yes, but when it's constant, it's a different situation. But this isn't what I'm channeling at the moment. Is in one area. It is various areas. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I do see is the areas that you feel you are dissatisfied with or unstable in those areas with. They are going to be changing. You do feel a little bit like you're backed into a corner with the circumstance, that even if you went back to a certain, this could be person, place, or thing, it could be a physical location, it's like it's almost off limits, you can't go there. So you feel you're being backed into a corner and you need to make sense of where to go next, what to do next, but it feels like backed into a corner. You also feel you're not resonating with people the way you used to. You do have a bountiful harvest coming, but there is a major decision that you feel you need to inevitably make. Okay? You are closer to making that decision than you thought. There are some solutions. You also could be having some flashbacks and anger resurrect about a karmic. That can be a little bit of bitterness. Okay, my love? But overall, a major decision is going to be made. Possibilities of bumping into someone. I would say by mid-month and beyond, it's going to feel better. Yes, you are on point. I'm searching for sustainability and planning for the future. I think everyone will be. If we're being honest with ourselves, it's like, okay, how can I make this more balanced? How can I make life more manageable? And yes, again, it can be to do with wealth and stability and all the rest of it. I've been using my crystals because I can feel some karmics energy, juju at the moment. Cha. I hope that helps, Carrie. Keep your chin up, girl. Plant seeds that take you to your bliss. Cha, how you doing, girl? How you doing, Giggle? Are you a good girl? The moderator in the house. It triggers you till you put your foot down and go, I don't know what shit you're projecting in me, but that's about you. Constructive criticism is one thing, but when a person is projecting it like a battlefield, it's projection. A healthy boundary, it's like, no matter where you are, what you're doing, you can own your power and say, I didn't ask for your opinion. Do you get what I'm saying? You can say, this is inappropriate that you are speaking to me in this fashion. I respect your opinion, but I didn't ask for it. Because it's not true. Sometimes people are just jerky because they're bitter and resentful. Look, a lot of times we project in life, honestly. We don't. That's why I put the post up on YouTube, to do with the way we are having conversations with each other. Because 9 times out of 10, if a person's doing that, you're not actually having a conversation. They are triggered, and so they're retaliating, and they're projecting out into the world and the ethers something that they feel they should be doing, something that they feel they are. And, usually we can do that to people that we love the most. It's not healthy. It's not right. But self-awareness means we're going to be looking at that more clearly and going, wow, is that how you feel about yourself? I'm really sorry you feel that way. Love it. Send it back to them. Return to sender. Man, and another thing is, why do we expect so much of ourselves? Why can't we fail? What's wrong with failing? I fail. That's how we learn. I'm all good with failing. Okay, ciao. You could be looking at a circumstance at the moment. There could be a big get-together, number one. You also could be spiritually feeling, what would it take to get the two of us together? What would it take for the two of us to get together? Have you been having dreams about this person, Char? Because what I am getting is it's almost both souls are actually calling each other. Yeah. Ooh, this is weird. This feels very weird. This is almost like in the ethers. It's like, how do I explain it? Both souls are calling. Oh, God. I'll have to chat to you soon, Carrie. Okay, so Char, this is showing me at the moment. Number one, I can see this person coming into your dream state. There is this longing. I'm looking at this person and they're looking to the future with the dream state. I think as Neptune goes direct, we're going to be looking at things in a better way. It's kind of healthy when Neptune goes retrograde because we kind of this bitter, it's bittersweet. It's like it goes retrograde. We have a revelation that maybe a thought process, a pattern, a hope, a dream, a love situation. It was like, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I thought it was going to look like this, but now it looks like this, or now it hasn't turned out that way. So in the retrograde, we reflect upon that. In the direct, it's like, oh crap, here comes the roller coaster. We're moving forward. And now that we've had all these revelations, these downloads, these reality checks, how we can be more successful with implementing those things to take us to that, we now have the information to be able to become more successful. With this love situation, you're looking at it like, I can say like you have no power, but it's like this longing, right? You're looking at it, you're looking at the future, the very Neptune energy of the dream of what you're wanting and everything you're wanting. And it is to do with partnership or a contract, okay? This is to do with joining. You could be thinking again, very spiritually, traditionally, that is this person in a relationship? Are they single? Where are they at with it? Is it appropriate due to the circumstances that I would reach out to this person? 100%. If you had a history with a person, it is okay that you say, hey, this situation made me feel X, Y, and Z. Could even be, hey, was thinking about you. Merry Christmas. You also do want them to come and make amends for the past. Okay, so you're in a catch-22 here. You're sort of like, to a degree, part of you is like, what, do I have to be the bigger person here? Is it appropriate that I do that? I want this person to regret what they did. Maybe I just have to move forward in the circumstance at the moment. Maybe I just have to, leave it be. There also is an element of magic here. Now, this magic can be manifestation. It could be them getting into the magician energy. They are showing up as the King of Cups, which to me, whenever I see that in a reading, I actually see that as a very positive thing. You also could have been thinking, should I have just kept this person as a friend? Would it have been simpler at that point? Do they just look at me as a friend? Is that maybe why they left and why the situation played out the way it was? You're very different to who you were back then. They're referencing that. They're referencing that you did a lot. They're referencing that you not to blame yourself. Oh, well, they had some crap with the karmic. Okay, they're saying there was a bunch of individuals that they deem as karmics. They did not want you to be involved in that. They felt that you would have been ripped through the rabbit hole. They felt that that was their karma and they made their bed. They had to lie in it. They didn't want you to go down with them. They also felt that these individuals used to blame you for things and feel that you had way too much power and sway over their thought process and feelings. They're wanting you to understand that that is the reason why it had to be the way it was at that point in time. And that you're not the karmic. They're also making reference to the fact that you probably were happier that you weren't going through a lot of what this was because it was very messy. I feel there was, I'm just hearing conflict of interest, conflict with individuals and belief systems being pulled in various directions. They're saying you're not the karmic and they're not with a karmic. Or they're leaving a karmic, one or the other, but it's almost like, yeah, it's all positive, whatever they're saying, but it's like an apology, honestly. It feels like an apology. This person is coming through in your dream state. You actually, I think because spiritually you're feeling this person is so far away, it's almost like they're trying to, they're hearing that like a call and they're wanting to come in towards you. But they do feel the heaviness of your heart at the moment and that you do dream about this person and wish for a bright future. I think there's a gate coming. They're saying 3. Yep. I shall leave it at that, Char. I hope it helps. I definitely see you going somewhere. Shasta! Kerry will be good. I'll contact her later. You might need to do a hex, Kerry, to kind of cut off the bad juju. I have to send you a video. I did say to the members, aura upgrades, gin removals, you name it, juju on us, and a protective grid. Making the circle. Hi, lovely. Just whatever comes through, please. Really resonating with everyone's reading today. Yeah, I think because we're all going through it. And hopefully you get handy tips. I mean, I could make so many shorts off these videos, I guess. We should journal down each one of the, light bulb moments we've had and what I should make shorts on. You guys are being naughty with me today. Okay, they're basically saying you have to act like you don't want a relationship. Yep. This is so interesting. I was actually thinking about the energy of this channel and I think I changed the banner. I added a bit of a, a mission statement as to what I wanted the channel to be about, and it was to do with relationships, really. But feel free and go through and look at the channel banner. How to get success with this individual, right? This person loves you around. This person is very attracted to you. This person does, again, have wild, wild thoughts. I will say that. You, however, do feel they're so cooped up with the past. There's no, that, you know, they keep saying to you that, you know, they're not interested. You have to literally, in this circumstance, you got to play chess, okay? You're going to have to play chess. You're going to have to act like you are so in love with your friggin' life, and that you are so down with being free and having options, and putting them in the compartmentalization zone of being a friend, where you can actually swing this your way. And what it will do, and I feel nasty saying this, if a person truly does have feelings for you, but they feel they have forever, they're going to hold you there until they feel spiritually ready. But when they feel they're going to lose you, and it doesn't mean to say the person's going to be ready. Do you know what I mean? This is actually signaling to that person, hey, I've been very transparent with you. I've been very open with you. You know, done on how I feel about you. But I'm also driven as well. I know who I am. I know what I'm made of. I know what I'm worthy of. I'm worthy to have love. I'm worthy to have somebody attracted to me. You actually do have a few people, I can say, that are quite attracted to you. But it's sort of like it's, you know, it's over your head. It's really over your head, because I'm picking about easy two energies here that I'm picking up on. This person, something is shifting in them at the moment. So it feels ripe for picking. You won't need to do anything to instigate this, but to live very presently. If they're saying something to trigger you, in order to pass the test, you need to let it not trigger you. And almost like it never happened, it was never said, you didn't hear it, you're like, very interesting. Don't let it trigger you. They're trying to, it's baiting, okay? They're baiting. This person likes the attention. This person also feels as though it's like it's counterproductive the way you're reacting to it at the moment. That's what they're saying. So if you can pull back and be very, very present, and just be like, you see them when you see them, you know, it's sort of like, hey, how are you doing? And you're doing your thing. I think that is going to work in your favor, and it's going to create this mystery. It's going to create this detachment where it's like, hey, I'm not your mother. I'm not going to be needy. I'm not going to tell you how much I love you. I've bloody told you already. I'm not going to tell you 100 times. Got the message. Great. Thanks. Cheers. Bye. Now, it doesn't mean you're running away. It means you're just going to allow that person to grab the baton and start running that race. And I think if you do it that way, this person's actually that close to really declaring how they feel and having a 101 moment. Does that make sense? It's like sometimes, because we have all the time in the world, it's like it's there. I know, I appreciate it, but hey, I'm doing a bit of healing. No, maybe it's not a good idea. But when they're, you know, and it's not a manipulation, it's more, oh crap, how is that making me spiritually feel? It's the realities of life. Things change, things evolve, you know. Shaz is moving forward. Shaz has been told, you know, so I'm just doing what you told me to do. So in effect, if there is that heart, what will happen? Oh crap, I don't want to lose that person. Oh crap, what was I thinking? Oh, they're very present. Something in them's changed. I mean, we notice when people change. Obviously, people are also going to notice when we've changed. And I think if you deal with that, it's in that fashion, that's what you're going to get. You're actually going to get a good outcome. That's my advice to you. Thank you, gods. Very interesting. Good. Yeah, just be. It's but no manipulation. Just acceptance, being present. If they have something to say, they can say it. You know, you've played your chess moves. You're like, I'm just being present. I'm being the girl. You be the. I should say, I'm being the feminine. You be the masculine. I'm the masculine in my own life, but you need to be the masculine in any movement and letting that person come to you. Okay. Twin Flame LP. Are you falling asleep, Giggle? Okay, Twin Flame LP. What the hell is going on here? Man, you have a pretty hectic schedule going on here. I can tell you that now. Or what's about to come. You have some social situations. Hi, Dal. Now, have you heard gossip through the grapevine? Lots of karmic shit. Yeah, because I feel it's gossip through the grapevine. They are making reference to somebody stirring the pot. Hi, Eddie. They are making reference to somebody stirring the pot. We were talking about you the other day, Eddie, in a very positive way. In a very, very positive way. I hope your ears were burning. And no, it wasn't bloody to do with chocolate. Gossip about what? I don't know. I feel an interference. Stirring the pot. Like maybe they're drinking, maybe they're saying something, but it just feels spiteful, but it feels there's pacifiers involved in that circumstance. So could the family maybe have, God, I hate tagging things, but, this could be like karmic-y things to do with pacifiers, drinking. You know what I mean? It's like something of that notion. Chocolate, Eddie, chocolate. Stirring the pot for sure. Yeah, that just feels like some drama. Look, I do feel is not going to cause any major issues. Oh, thanks, Eddie. Yes, I got the ring. We did get married. We had a quiet ceremony because it's the most rational thing when there's lots of karmics around. Okay, you're in the Four of Swords. So in the context, what do I say going on here? I don't know. I would say at the moment spiritually, look, I do think your twin is trying to work out some dramas around karmics as well. I think it's happening on both sides. I also feel to protect yourself, don't lower yourself to their standards. This also can be protecting your aura. So if you feel that you're really zapped, it could be that these people spiritually interfering. And also don't get up in your head and get too paranoid about it, because I do think it's resolvable, but I think you're going to need to create a boundary with them. There could be some old situation that needs revisiting. Yeah, and you're going to have to make some hard choices with these energies. Very, very hard choices, unfortunately. Okay, how is twin looking at this situation? Okay. Sometimes on their side, a lot of the times we will mirror, so how we will be experiencing something. If we've been holding on to, this could be a way of relating to a family member, and it's been like we've been giving our power away, we've been putting up with that crap for way too long, and then we can look over the other side and say that they have that pattern too. 9 times out of 10, when you emotionally have dealt with it, suddenly they do. It's really weird how that happens, but it just does, and it's usually about 2 weeks later. Okay, this person does have a habit of feeling sorry for karmics. I wouldn't necessarily say they feel sorry for karmics. It could be maybe because there is a binding situational ship that they were kind of connected to, that it feels like a society standard obligation. But somebody here is being left out in the cold. Somebody is cast to the side. They feel they're having to cut particular energies off in their life. This also could be where their side of the karmics can pop up for you. There is something also you're worried about to do with money and direction. Things are taking a bit longer than you anticipated. You could feel that you're coming full circle. You're like, why is this happening? Why am I coming full circle? There can be a different path that you're going to be walking down. It's going to look different to how you thought it was going to be. And that can be there's resistance there. There's almost like, no, this is the way it's supposed to be going, but there's resistance. They're saying sometimes a tower can actually create a road, and don't move too fast. Observe what is going on, and it's almost like it's creating a tunnel for you, an open path. They're also asking you to reconnect. Reconnect also can be to, what I'm saying is almost to self. It's like sometimes when we've been in our human energy too much in 2-3D, we haven't had enough time to meditate. And meditation doesn't have to be going and listening to a track. It can be just quietening the mind, being in the space where in the nothingness first, and then into, okay, now that I'm calm, I now can meditate. But when we're all in the thick of it, we need to first get calm, then move into meditation. Does that make sense? Detoxing. I think, terms of meditation, I might actually do a series so we can understand the different types that we will need at different times. I think I'll do that. Because there's a time to quiet because it's too overcrowded and it's like meditation just isn't going to shut it. That can be Zen, silence, fluid. Meditation, what do I need to do? Where is there a spiritual blockage? Clearing blockages, meditation, channeling, psychic. So there's different types. Yeah. But yeah, needing to get into the Zen. But there's healthy boundaries, honestly. Strongest advice to everyone at the moment, healthy boundaries. Lots of crap can come up. Just healthy boundaries, especially this week. Hi, Dale. Okay. Stella. Okay, you could be feeling a little bit moody, or you could be dealing with individuals around you that are quite moody. I also do feel that there can be some very firm conversations coming up. You could be dreaming about TF. You also could be feeling that this person is more determined than ever. This could be giving you a bit of nervousness. This could be making you feel as though this person is making some very, very firm decisions. You also could be trying to avoid maybe restructuring a situation. You also may need to restructure your routine. Now, this person keeps coming into your aura, so I do think whatever it is between now and 2024, I think it's going to move very quickly. This also can be making you feel very, very nervous. You have been focused on about 3 or 4 different areas in your life. This can be your own romantic sector, your wellness, your career. I do think you're going to have to make a major decision. I don't know why I do see career progression and extra money coming in, but I feel this is towards mid-month and into January 2024. But it's weird. It's almost like you're knuckling down. It's like you're becoming the captain of the ship in a sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're needing a break as well. It's almost like you're like, oh, your work has exhausted you. I don't know why there's other people around you that are going through spiritual transitions. This can be with employment. You're going to have to change the way you deal with it. I do see a getaway here, but this mainly can be a plate. Yeah, this can be like you've got way too much on your plate. You're thinking about the problems. You're dealing with these things. I think as we do move forward, we can see some changes. It's almost like emotionally you're going to have to be in that Mars energy. You might give some people some whoopee cushions if they're, kind of coming at you too much. And I think Saturn is really putting that pressure on you at the moment. It's making you feel very run down. As Uranus goes direct, that will be next year. Neptune moving direct for you is going to make you structure the way you do things more realistically, but you're going to need to rest. You're going to need to look after your wellness. You also, these can be just doing too much, okay? Really doing too much. It's still going to come up next year. See that? The yawning. You're exhausted. You also, okay, I don't know why I'm not picking up on the karmic. That I actually feel TF's dealing with the karmic. I feel they're becoming more firm with this person. Wow, it's really impressive to see. This person almost is a totally different person now. It's back to their normal self. They're not putting up with crap. You may feel that energetically coming through. This also may come down to a spiritual kind of transformation for you, where you're starting to do that, where you're putting your foot down and saying yeses and nos. But you do have a transition within a career here, love. I think you could have added responsibility. This also could be somebody leaving. This could be a pay rise for you. Kelly, last but not least, my love. What would you like to know? I hope that helps, Stella. My beautiful friend. Kelly. So tiring, eh? You're most welcome. I'm losing my mind trying to figure out my love life. Let's have a look. The first thing I get is there's other surrounding. It's all like, why am I picking surrounding responsibilities? First thing I get is surrounding responsibilities. Is there a complication here with this? Well, there's also a strictness. There can be a feeling that you're revisiting a circumstance. This also sometimes can be a pattern. You want something, you know, the way you maybe had looked at this area of your life, how do I explain it? You felt it would look different to where it is right now. Okay, you're coming up at the moment. Is there a circumstance that we need to know surrounding work? Is this to do with love and work? Or is this to do with a lesson? So could this be a work-related dynamic? Is it with an individual, or is it with your choices that you feel you're going into? Because it's one side or the other, but it feels as though there is concerns and insecurities about this. Is this within a relationship, DM? You do have the intuition card, okay? You do have this comes and stems from a previous situation. Okay, I'll tell you what I see here. We can have spam accounts. I would say that. There is something to do with messages, right? So, being careful about how you deal with it, okay? In the context of that, I don't think you have anything to do to be worried about with that. I do think this does link to the past, though. But I'm really feeling as though I just heard the term transparency. Whoever these individuals are, whoever's messaging you, I would be careful messaging the same numbers and addresses and names to other numbers. Yeah, just I'll definitely block. I'll definitely pause and step back. They are asking you to trust your instincts. But also let people pass their own test. You know, don't worry too much about it. They're also saying if you need to address this with a group of people, it's like just cut to the chase. Bring it out into the open. You know, call the elephant out in the room. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not saying anything here to do with betrayal. I do say something to do with an outcome of a marriage. Why are they referencing a person with a child? Are they referencing a person with a child and a person who is married and a connection here? They're also referencing work. This could be manager energy. This person's very driven and ambitious. But I definitely see wedding as an outcome. Oh. Yeah, because there is a child energy here. I do think that's going to resolve. Look, I think this person's actually very, very intuitive. I would not underestimate this person. And the thing is, unfortunately, when there are, you know, children involved, there is going to be an element of communication. I don't have any bad feeling to do with this person. I don't. But if you do have trauma to do with it, it can directly start to impact this relationship. If you're feeling that you're not trusting the circumstance, you're not flowing with it. So they are saying, you know, cut to the chase with things. If you have a worry about it, bring it out into the open and communicate. Don't think that it's going to go pear-shaped. Even if she's nasty, this person has dealt with her and they will know how to navigate it. Trust me, my twin has some very nasty karmics. I'm completely empathetic, you know, empathize, but also understand that they can handle it because they have dealt with it and their choices will be their choices, what they do with the circumstance. You can be the voice of reason and say, hey, this is something I'm really not comfortable with. I've tried so hard, but it ends in huge fights. Well, what are you wanting the person to do? In this context, what is your desired outcome you're wanting, you know, for this circumstance to be? Do you feel threatened that this person is going to cause chaos? You then could turn around and say, well, you know, to me, this is where it is affecting me. Instead of talking to him about what he's not seeing, you need to more transfer it onto how you are feeling. Does that make sense? And I think if you can shift it to this is how it makes me feel, it's stemming from me from not telling me he talked to her at all and was on Tinder. Oh, joy. Then you got to follow through. It's like if you had made statements about what you were going to do. If you have discussed that, then you need to reevaluate it and go, okay, well, how are we looking at this now and how are we going to address it? I can't see any betrayal. It's weird that the person was on Tinder, let's be honest. But if this person has had a child with this person, this is unfinished business. Now, do I feel he's doing anything through the cards? I'm not seeing anything. It's up to you what you do. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if this has been an old situation that happened 2 years ago and it's emotionally coming up now, it needs to be readdressed. Okay? If this is just a trigger that's come up, but do you feel he's changed? It doesn't matter what a person says because a person can tell you a bunch of stuff. But if you spiritually feel this person hasn't changed, then this old wound is affecting the here and now. Yeah, so are we talking about the past here? It's been a year since I found out. Okay, so it's been unresolved for a year. This now has become your energy to address, not theirs. Now, if effectively they are not on Tinder, they've been very open, and we're holding them on a crucifix for a situation. Now, they're not the ones sabotaging the relationship. It becomes us because of our wounds. And so it's about changing how we can directly address it. It could be that you feel, look, I just can't get beyond this. And that's totally understandable. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, look, I really don't, feel I can get past this. Yeah, and look, sometimes there are reasons why. It could have been a new relationship you moved into with this person. They could have already been on Tinder. You've got to look at the context of how that could have played out. How long were you in the connection for? Had they just come out of a breakup? Had it been an on and off connection between the both of you? So it's very contextual. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's how sometimes emotionally we can compartmentalize these things so that they're not impacting us moving forward. But honestly, Dale, I'm not seeing anything bad here. I do see some wounds. This person's very driven. This person they're turning up as the king. They do care about the child. The funny thing is I do see another child that is possible. I do see a boy. This can be that the boy is already here or on its way. But it does feel like a son energy I'm physically feeling. But there is some traumas that need addressing. There's definitely that there. Okay. I have 3 kids, but this feels jointly. It feels a boy. Okay. This feels like a son, and it does feel connected to that person. Definitely feeling son energy. So it could be something that's already here, or it could be something that, yeah, I understand that. But what I'm channeling is spiritually seeing that there is a boy child on that person's side. I'm seeing a male child coming through. This also could be it's just the way they view things as well. They're quite traditional. They're quite traditional in the way they address it. But what I can see an outcome card is marriage. It's what maybe both of you, your goal is, to move towards what's coming up in the reading for you. So there's marriage, okay? But it's going to be about if you can get beyond this wound and if you feel this is marriage material. Because what you're wanting in your future is something that's very solid and traditional and spiritual. If you don't feel this is it, it's going to keep cropping up till you get to the root cause of it and go, okay, how can we address this? Because what you don't want to do is if it is a very, if everything did come out in the open and you had worked through it, you can have a healthier foundation now with transparency, gauge whether it's your intuition or whether it's a trigger. Okay. Intuition is different to triggers. Triggers are like, it can be paranoia. It can be all the person's picked their phone up. If we have to literally, a way you can tell whether this is marriage material or not is if we are constantly going through a person's phone, it's not marriage material. Why? Is because we need to change. We should not have to babysit that individual. We should be able to trust and off the bat rebuild that together. It's not that forgiveness can't happen. It's not, okay, we need to bridge that gap. This is becoming a problem. It's an unhealthy pattern we have going on inside our relationships. How can we bring that back in so we can clear that? But if you do want added support, you can book a reading online. I love you and leave you. Thank you very much, Google, for moderating. I do appreciate you so much. And thank you for the super chats. I hope this has helped. And we will be back a little bit later for the updates and for the energy updates and twin flame reads. Come through and join the Yildiz Readings 5D members. It is named VIP. It is cheaper than the highest level now because there's going to be one. So go through, have a look at the intro video, and I will see you on the other side.